What is going on? It is that time again. It's time for our weekly review. Today's kind of a combo because I just passed day 120. So I have my kind of current pictures and I'll show you kind of the before after. So I want to put the pictures kind of side by side and show you the progress of what I've achieved so far. I mean, the training is definitely part of it, but the nutrition, of course, as we talked about last week, and as you'll find this content I'm going to put out moving forward is going to be very nutrition centric. And that's going to evolve. Listen, what I'm doing now and what is working for me now is a very dynamic and a very personal thing. I think what I'm doing could work for a lot of people. It's very modular. You can kind of mix things in and out. For example, the proteins, I'm using chicken right now, but if you wanted to do a plant-based or a vegetarian or some other approach, you would just simply take the macro of protein and replace it with what fits for you. But I have something very important I wanted to kind of cover and talk about. This is, and I talked about this last week, I'm in a 6-week push-pull training routine along with the calories and the nutritional approach, which has been consistent. I didn't actually put it in MyFitnessPal for the last couple days. I've just been recording it in paper form, but I haven't put it in the app. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll go a couple days and I'll add it in, just kind of see if I'm falling within the numbers and see where I'm at. But what's super important that I wanted to talk about today is the body fat loss worked better than I ever could have imagined. And like I talked about in the last video, the primary goal that I had last time was very focused. It was for the first 90 days, blast as much body fat as I can realistically in a healthy approach by focusing on calories in versus calories out. Basically the calories I'm putting in my body versus the calories my body needs to live, plus the calories I'm expending through training and exercise, and then finding out, or at least trying to create a deficit. And apparently I found that because I lost a lot of body fat, and that's awesome. And I think I maintained the muscle that I had for the most part, which wasn't much. I was carrying a lot more body fat than I really wanted to admit at the time. I don't know what the percentage was, but by looking at pictures and remembering my body just 4 months ago now, I had a lot more body fat. I want to switch goals. I want to switch focus. I've been doing a push-pull for training for a 6-week approach. This is wrapping up week 5. Next week is week 6. And I am feeling kind of tired. I'm feeling like I need to rest a little bit. So I'm going to finish up my week of I still feel good. So I'm going to finish up next week, week 6. And then what I'm going to do is transition into a recovery week. And I'm also focusing on increasing calories. There's 2 things that I'm doing. One, just the overall calorie count. So I'm putting more calories in to try to close that gap between the calories I'm expending and the calories that I'm putting in. Well, I'm just trying to find roughly what my maintenance is now. I'm doing it an approach where I want to maintain around what my maintenance is, and that is I'm just figuring that out by eating a certain way, recording it over a period of time, and then seeing how my body adapts, how it reacts over the period of a couple weeks. And then I kind of make changes. So I've actually been increasing a lot of calories. I've been eating a lot more. On average, I'm aiming for 2,500. I think some days here, when I put this in, I know yesterday I easily hit 2,700. I know it. And I've been incorporating different things. One of the big changes that I'm gonna do moving forward here, I'm gonna talk about the training, what I wanna do with that. So I'm wrapping up the push-pull for 6 weeks. As far as the nutrition, so I'm gonna go from about the 2,500, and I'm gonna push that a little further and go maybe even up to about a 2,800 and just kind of see, I'll play in that range, 25 to 2,800, and see what my body does. From that point, I'm gonna do that starting after my recovery week. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing now, and then, which is about 2,500 a day, and I might even cut back a little bit in a recovery week, go down to like 22,000 to 2,200. But when I go into my next training phase, I'm gonna set up a 4-week block. I'm gonna talk about that in a sec, because I'm switching that up for the first time since April. What I'm gonna do with the nutrition, okay, so this whole 4 months, I cut out table sugar. Like I still use honey, I used maple syrup, things like that. Like today I had 3 teaspoons of honey in a variety of different things like throughout the day so far. So no table sugar. I haven't eaten bread, I haven't eaten cheese, no processed meats. It's been a very focused thing. Like even complex carbs or starchy carbs, I haven't had rice, no quinoa, nothing like that. My carbs really have been vegetables, corn, lima beans, mixed vegetables, broccoli, I got a stir fry mix. It's all just a series of vegetables. And then I have Sweet potatoes is kind of a little bit more of a carb heavy thing, but I'm gonna start incorporating some heavier carbs. I'm gonna start incorporating some starchy carbs, some rice, some quinoa. I don't know about bread. I love bread. I love bread. There's actually some rolls that I wanna make, but I digress. I haven't had any bread. So that's been out. And I might incorporate that, but I'm gonna start small. So for 4 weeks, I'm just gonna start putting in things like rice and quinoa and things like that. And for the training, what I'm gonna work on now moving forward for the next, so I'm finishing up, next week is week 6. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because we're gonna have some more reviews and more things to talk about moving forward. But next week is week 6 of my push-pull. Then I go into a recovery week. I'm just gonna do like P90X3 workouts throughout the week. And then I'm gonna go into a training block of 4 weeks back with weights. And I'm gonna do it in a whole body, a total body approach. So I've been doing push-pull. What I wanna do now is I'm gonna do probably 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna start with that and do total body those days. So where I'm just hitting every muscle group Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Could even do 2 days a week from my understanding, but I'm gonna do 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then my cardio, I've cut way back. Instead of doing Monday through Friday, I'm just gonna do it on the off days. So in this case, Tuesday and Thursday. Just like this last week, I've actually already started that process, even with my push-pull. Instead of doing Monday through Friday, either biking or swimming, I've cut it back where I'm cut out cardio on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm doing it just a couple days a week because I've lost a lot of body fat, and it's insane. Like I'm further than where I even wanted to be, which is insane to me. It's awesome. Like I feel great and I like the way I look, but I want to start working on now trying to add some muscle. And to do that, I need to feed my body, I need to slow down the training a little bit, and I need to rest a lot more. Those are the things I understand. So that's what I'm going to try to do. That's what I'm going to put into action moving forward here. So that's kind of, I'm talking more September, kind of the month of September. But it was really important. I wanted to share kind of what's been going on this last week. I feel tired. I feel good, but listening to my body, I feel tired, which means I need to give it more food and I need to give it some more rest. And then I need to switch things up. I need to stop training quite as much. It's not really, like I train pretty hard. It's sustainable, but I'd have to definitely increase more calories. So I'm finding that balance. And that's what's so cool about this whole thing is the nutritional and training balance. And that's what's going on. I'm gonna drastically reduce my training, or at least almost cut it in half. And I'm going to increase my calories and absolutely try my best to focus on getting to bed earlier and sleeping longer. The thing is, I've felt so good during this process. I have literally, except for this last week where I've like I said, I've noticed a little more fatigue, that I've been going to bed somewhere between 11 to 1, and then I typically get up between 3 to 5. So I have anywhere from 3 to 5 hours of sleep a night. And the thing is, that's been great. I've been just running. I've been going and going and going. And some of these mornings I get up and because the HOA gym opens up at 5 a.m. So sometimes I'll go hit that because I have a few different things there that I don't have in this gym. I'm still missing some of the big things. That's the other aspect. Eventually I want to add the things I don't have yet, and those are the big compound moves. I don't have a press. I don't have bars. So I can't do barbell squats or chest press, compound movements or deadlifts with a bar. I still do those moves just in different forms, like with barbells or machines. I have at the HOA gym, there's a cable machine, and there is a chest press machine, but it's kind of on rails sort of thing. Effective, yeah, definitely effective. Not quite the same thing though as an actual bar. So eventually I'd like to incorporate, whether I start going to a gym where I have that stuff, I think that could be kind of fun. Add some different content, do some different things, but still of course focused on nutrition and the evolution of that as we move forward. But that's what I have going on. I will share with you my before afters, the day 120, kind of a big thing. I was thinking about this just a little while ago. Is during this whole 120 days, I haven't eaten a salad. I haven't had one single salad. And I think that's ironic because back in the day, and a lot of people, you think healthy, you think maybe, this is me, but chicken, broccoli, salad, but no dressing, no cheese, nothing like that. And of course, I'm not doing dressing or cheese, but I haven't had salad. I'm not doing that. I have everything I've shown you in a prep video a couple videos ago where I showed you kind of my prep. And then I'll show you one of these times my oatmeal, and then of course I got my coffee, and I have everything that I need. It's about time for me to eat dinner. I'm gonna grab one of my meals that are prepped, which is the awesome thing, because in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna have dinner ready, which is awesome. So that wraps this up. Jason here, betterbody90.com. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Keep doing what it takes, and I'll see you next video.